Okay, so welcome back. We are looking at the console window we just finished. This is what we need to do now. Printing a message on console window. Well, how to print? Okay, so you need to choose a function before we do that. For example, start function has specific characteristics and update function has some properties. Okay, first I'm going to write in the start function. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in a bit. It will be easy for you guys to read. The code is debug. Okay, press tab. Okay, when it shows, for example, JetBrains shows like this. See, so I don't have to finish typing it. Press tab. Okay, debug.log. Okay, now it says debug.log. Whatever you write inside now will be printed. Okay, so debug.log, what you need to print, you need to make sure that you write it in the command. Okay, so debug.log, what is the message? Can you see? By the way, guys, you cannot see this in Visual Studio. This you can see only in JetBrains. Okay, so this is not a code actually. This is not a part of code. It actually JetBrains shows you in a simple English. Okay, debug.log. Just whatever I want to write. Okay, so that's it. And can you see it's ending with the colon properly? Okay, now if you go here, in here, and as you can see, whenever you come back to Unity, okay, in the corner you can see there is a wheel kind of thing which is spinning. Okay, that means your code is being compiled. Okay, your code is being compiled. Now come back to this. Run the game. Okay, and as you can see, hello China. All right, so debug.log, it actually printed. And the same thing, even if you are not in the console window, you can see it here. Can you see? You can see it there. Okay, now let me stop the game. Did you see what happened? Clear on play. What is clear on play? If this is switched on, if this clear on play is switched on, whatever messages that has came here when you ran the game last time will be deleted, and again it will show. For example, when I press the play button, okay, so it's a new thing is coming up. Okay, or you can manually clean it using this clear button. Clear. Okay, and I'll play. See, the moment my game started, I can able to see the word hello China here. Correct? As soon as my game has started. Now this is the start function. As the name suggests, whenever your game is starting, whatever you write between these two things, okay, will be executed one line at a time. Okay, normally the coding is executed this way. First it will check this line, then this line, then whatever, this line, then whatever that you write here. So the coding is always going back in this way. Okay, from top to bottom, it actually goes all the way from top to bottom. Now start function, if I have written this in the start function, and you can see it's running only one time. Now my question is, what happens if I write the same code? Let me cut this and put it inside update function. So what happens now is my question. If I go back here, okay, if I press the play button, can you see? Whoa, wow, it's printing every frame. Can you see? There is no stopping. There is no stopping. As far as your game is playing, it keeps printing hello China again and again. Can you see? It never stops. And you stop the game and you can see 999 plus it have already copied it. I mean, it pasted again and again. Okay, now there is a button called collapse. So if I press this button, similar messages will be collapsed into only one. For example, all messages are similar, so it collapsed it, and there is a symbol here. 2566 similar messages has been printed. Okay, if you don't see the collapse, can you see 2500 plus things have been printed? Now if you understand what these mean, if you write anything here, that will be running only one time when your game is starting. But instead, if you write anything in the update, okay, that will be running every frames per second your game is playing. So you have to be very careful in using update function. Okay, now let me ask you a quick question. If you answer this, then you understood everything properly, so you will not have a problem. Imagine start function, and you have update function. Now I have a condition. My condition is, see, my player, okay, is running, and there is an enemy or whoever. Let's say that it's Call of Duty, all right? Okay, so he's actually shooting. So the bullet's coming up. If the bullet touches me, okay, both of them are having health as 100. If an enemy bullet touch me, okay, then I'm hurt. Then -5, that becomes 95. If another bullet touches me, -5, that becomes 90. So you understand, right? This is my logic, this is my event. Now where to write the code? For example, in a plain English, I'm going to write it, okay? This is not the actual code, I'm just writing it. If, okay, enemy bullets touch me, my health -5. If this is a code, okay, should I write it inside start or should I write it inside update? This is my question. Try to answer this, guys. Okay, if enemy bullets touch me, my health -5. Okay, so whenever the bullet touch me, my health, whatever my health is, that will be -5. So the last bullet, when I have only 5 health remaining, when the last bullet touch me, -5 becomes 0. So when my health becomes 0, I die. Correct? So if this is my condition, if enemy bullets touch me, my health -5, this bit of code, where should I write? Should I write inside start? Should I write inside update? If you try to answer this, it's amazing. Okay. If it is a class, I can give you time, but since it is a video, I cannot. So those who those who answered as start function, I'm sorry, it's a wrong answer, because if enemy bullets touch me, my health is -5 is under start. This condition will be checked only once when the game is starting. That will not help me. If I write this in update, this condition will be checked every single frame of your game is running. Why? Because do you know when the enemy is going to shoot you? Or do you know when you are going to fall? Do you know when you're going to win? Do you know when you are going to get bullets? See, when a game is running, as I told you, it's real time. It's not a recorded movie. It's a real time. So nobody knows what is going to happen. So this kind of conditions you need to check in the update function. So anytime a bullet can able to touch you. But if it is a start, it will not. But let me ask you one more question. If you are clear, you must be able to answer this. My question is, when the game is starting, I want all players' health equal to 100. This code, where should I write? Of course it's in the start function, correct? Because at the game is starting, we put all the players health as 100. In the update function we have this, so whenever the enemy bullets touches, it's -5. So this is how it works. Okay, so when the game is starting, we need this code to be run only once, but we need this code to be running every frame, and that's why this goes to be in update. Now if you understand, just because I put this message, print message in an update, it printed several times every frame. But if I want to see only once, I think I need to see only once. This message, I want it to see in start function. Okay, so if you go back here, press the play button again, it just comes only once. Okay, that's cool. All right, so now what we need to do is, I want you guys to write several things. I want all of you guys to actually write several things in the start function, okay, and see whether it is printing or not. Okay, and you can do very simple programming also. Okay, very simple programming is as you can say a simple calculations, for example. So simple conditions needs variables. Okay, I cannot teach all the variables on the same day, okay, in C#. So we will see one by one. For example, today there is a variable called integer. Okay, there is a variable called integer. Oops, integer, integer. Okay, integer means whole numbers. Whole numbers. Example 10, 1, you know, whatever. Okay, this is integer. The second one is float. The float is actually decimal number, means fractions, decimal numbers. Example 9.8, 100.0014, okay, 0.01, whatever. This decimal called float. Okay, then there are several others, third boolean, these are etc. I will show you one by one. Now we can use integer or float if you want. The integer is actually called as int, int. The float is called float. Okay, now you need to understand one thing. I'm going to declare where you want to declare is, you want to declare after this symbol. Okay, and all your code must be finished before this parenthesis. Okay, so I'm going to do it here. So I'm gonna say int, some name you can give, a, for example, is equal to, I say 20, ends with a colon always. See, the private is already added by JetBrains. I will come back to it. It's an advanced thing. I will come back to it in the future classes. Now you don't have to worry about it. Now int b is equal to 30. Then int c. I'm just not declaring anything. So here what I'm going to do is, in the start function, I want this calculation to be done only once. So I'm going to say c is equal to a plus b. Oops. Okay, now I need to print the answer that is there. You know already how to print, debug.log. Okay, we can say the answer is. Now here what I need to do is, after the word the answer is, okay, I need to take the value and show it here. So how to show it is using a plus symbol and using the name of your variable. The name of the variable is c, so I'm going to use plus c. Okay, that's it. So now what we are doing, we are declaring an integer called a, then b and c, and in the start function, meaning when your game is starting, we are calculating what is the total value of a and b and storing it in the value c then we are printing the C. Now you go back here, okay, the play button, oops, the answer is 50. Can you see? There we go. Is it correct? Oh yeah, 20 and 30. Yeah, I tested it before. Yes, it's correct. 50. Okay. So now if I actually do this in here, oh my God, what will happen? Clear everything. Whoa, same calculation again and again for no reason, right? No reason, because A and B value is not changing. It's 20 and 30 all the time. So why we need to, oops, delete this. So why we need to do that again and again? Okay, so that is the question. Can you see? Waste of memory calculation. All right, so please careful when you are using update and start. Okay, now you can do the same thing with float as well, okay, if you want. So how to do float is very simple. Float, okay, value 1 is equal to 10.5. There is an error. Why? Int, I'll show you why it is. Int value 2 is equal to 10. Here it's everything is fine, but here the problem, because if it is an integer you can stop showing only the number, but if it is a float you need to tell after the number press F. Okay, you need to tell Unity that the number ends with F is actually float. Okay, you understand what I mean? So this is what this is how you can declare float value. Okay, float and integer. So if it is a float, make sure, okay, it ends with F. You got it? So that's the thing. If it is F, then this is a decimal value, and it can be as, now the thing is, if you see, sir, this is not a decimal value. Yes, it is. It represents this. Okay, both are same thing, correct? And this is a decimal value, and this is an int. So integer, you don't need to put F symbol. Okay, so now this is you can actually do any number of calculations, and you can print them, and you can see whether it is working or not. Okay, so we have learned really a lot. Okay, and so make sure there is a warning. See, I told you, right? These symbols are warning, meaning these symbols still can make your game work, but this is something not a very serious problem. But if you see a red color here, okay, if you see a red color symbol, then that will stop your game from playing. Okay, and that's why you need to, you know, take a look at console window every now and then to understand the real problems in your game. Okay, and luckily Unity is very clever. Error messages are straight away easy to understand English. Okay, as you can see, the field Suren code.c is assigned, but its value is never used. What it's saying? Hey, you have declared 3 things, man, but you never used the value, which means you never used these values in a calculation. So what Unity is saying, then why you are declaring it? You are wasting your time and computer time, right? See, Unity is very clever. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay, now we have seen a lot of things, guys. Okay, we can see trigger in this class. I know I have written it here, but that would be too much for a same class. Okay, because you need to write down a lot into your note. So please carry on with the other things. Okay, and make sure you properly understand the difference between a start function and an update function. Make sure you print a lot of messages in the console window and check how it is going. Okay, by the way, as I usually say, you don't have to submit me anything as an assignment for this class. Okay, if all of you guys properly understand, and if you have enough practice and you are happy about your practice, then you shall leave actually. Okay, and make sure you take your project with you. By the way, thank God I now understand how to take your project with you. Okay, this is one thing I need to show you. Watch carefully. If this is a project, okay, I want to take, my project name is 2020 GDUD project 1. Okay, this is my currently open scene and project. If I want to take this project to my home, or if I want to take a copy of this project in my pen drive, this is what you need to do. Right click, show in Explorer. Okay, that will show your project in window. Can you see? This is your project. So what you need to do is go back one step and find your project name. This is your project. Okay, Alt enter. See, 16 MB it is. Now what you need to do is right click. Okay, add to archive. You compress it. You compress it and you take you home. But before you compress it, you need to close down Unity. Why? Because few files are in use in your computer memory. So at the time you will get error. So what you need to do is, you found out where your project is. So keep this window as it is. Save your project. Okay. Close down Unity. Close down the script which is open. Close down everything related to your project. Now you have this. Right click. Archive, whatever software you use, I'm just compressing it. Okay, this take home. This file, take it home. Okay, can you see it has everything inside? Cool. This is how you can back up your project, and this is how you will submit your assignment. You will submit everything to me in the future classes. Okay, so hope you guys understand what I mean. All right, don't miss any file. Okay, don't take only the assets, take only, no, the whole folder. Okay, compress it and take it with you, and you can able to open it in the later classes. Okay guys, so hope you had fun, and I wish you all the best for finishing this, and I will see you guys in the next class. Okay, whenever we have the time. Okay then, thank you so much, and take care of yourself. If you have any doubts, please ask your monitors, or straight away ask me in the group in the BOTIM app. Okay, and I will try to answer you. Okay guys, bye now, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye bye. See you.